So sorry for that entire thing that just happened there. Oh my goodness, that is not the way we wanted to get this thing started for you folks. But hey, I am so glad it's fixed now. We do indeed have in-game audio. I am able to confirm that right now. And look at, you can hear it. We are doing good. Okay. Luckily, we didn't really miss out on too much. We really only missed one round. So, you know, that's the good news. One round. Okay, and Pantheon did get themselves a point in that round. So everything is getting right here back on track. All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, enough of this. Enough of looking at glitches and talking about problems. Let's get down to the field right now. How about that? And let's enjoy round 3. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, it is round 3 right now, and we are down on the field with a brand new objective for you. Very excited. Excuse me, started a little hiccup there. Very excited, and you can see the Project Valhalla squad just absolutely spreading out here as fast as possible and using a smoke to their advantage as well. But what is Marsoc up to? Sending a scouter out on the north end is Jester. But the other 4 seem to be holding down. They seem to be mounting up here on the mountainside, doing everything they can to try and spot some enemy movement. Molotok's first one to spot him.
Twins, north. Yeah, that window. Also valley south.
Ladies and gentlemen, Freak manages to drop Rolotok to the floor. Now, if we hop out to this wide angle, we can see Jester 10-1289 trying to go for this far side flank. We hear those shots coming in on the far side, but remember right now, folks, the entire battle is happening on the southern hemisphere of the map. Take a look at that. You can see all of those active red dots on the far south left or southwest, and you can see right now we got 4 Marsoc invaders trying to make a push. Freak manages to down Valak.
Southwest building annex. I saw him.
Solid 2-2 right now. Meso picks up a down for Laughing. Coffin, unfortunate for Laughing as Meso.
Southwest building annex.
Fortunate for Coffin there as Meso only downs him. Right now, the current board is looking at Project Valhalla with 3 up, 1 for the possible res. Pantheon just lost one due to Meso.
Whoever's down, I'm rotating.
And it looks like they're going to be in about the same pickle now. 3-3. Both teams with 1 resable. Laughing Coffin down just up here in between the buildings here on the on the southeast ridge. But guys, Apollo Graham just managed to down and kill Meso, and he is very, very close to making something happen right now. Looking at Apollo up there in that window. That's a great spot to be. Freak does pick up the res on Laughing Coffin, by the way, making this a 4v2 right now. And one thing we have yet to talk about is this flank, by the way. This fantastic side angle coming in. Right now we've got Apollo making that initial push, Laughing just behind him and Freak just behind him. But on the far south side, we've got Waltzy. Nonobird is watching for that direction, but I don't know if he's going to be able to spot Waltzy. It looks like they don't manage to see each other. This is going to be exciting. 2.5 minutes or so remaining. In fact, 3 of the Marsoc decide to make that southern push, and they toss a couple of smokes out there just to try to cover their bases on their way out. Nonobird becomes quickly aware of it and scans far to the right there just to make sure nobody slipped through the cracks. Quickly spotting them up there on the hill, he lays out a couple of cover fire bullets just to push them back a little bit, and it does so successfully as Freak begins that far eastern rotation. Apollo Graham sneaks slowly but surely around that first building, and if Reaper Apollo may just get within striking distance. And he does. Apollo manages to down Nono, and now the opportunity is open for Freak, Apollo, and the crew to all make a push. It all depends on what Reaper does right now. He throws out a grenade, misses completely, unfortunately, on that connect, but, unfortunately, completely misses on that grenade, no connect, but Apollo and Freak both moving in right now. This is when things get exciting. Reaper is watching, dead ahead of him. And Freak is just on the outside here of Reaper's building. If Freak becomes aware of the fact that Reaper's on the inside, oh no! Wow, look at that! Oh my gosh, Apollo Graham snuck in from the downstairs with a cap! Through the wall, unbelievable stuff, ladies and gentlemen. Picking up Pantheon, a 2-pointer. Wow. I love to see a cap. I love to see a cap, folks. And, well, we just got one. What just happened there? Oh my goodness, that is not, whoops. There we go. Sounds like the stream must have just come back up for you, ladies and gentlemen. Again, apologies so much that we had to correct that issue. I just didn't want you all to miss out on such an exciting game without the in-game audio. I just thought it was a little too crucial of a component of VRML for you to miss out on. But we have some exciting stuff out here if you're just joining in. Again, we did miss round 2 due to the restart, but round 3 was fantastic. A cap coming in by Pantheon, bringing the score up to 3-1. And if we take a quick look at the kills right now, it looks like Apollo Graham's out there absolutely devastating Project Valhalla with a 1 in the objective column and a 5-2 on the KDs. Taking a quick look at the top contending player right now for Project Valhalla, that is going to be a tie between Valak 403 and Rolatoke 420, both rocking out there with a solid 1.0 on the KDs, a 3-3. Next round beginning now. Let's get down to the field for round number 4.
Him. Apollo, wait a second. If they're not there, if you can get there, we're set.
Yes, sir.
We can hear the plans coming out here from the defensive, and it is an exciting one. They're trying their best to get to their objective points and quickly.
Oh, hey, they're gonna come up to these twins right here. If you can, get behind the tank. Good firing position behind the tank. All right. I'm gonna hold here. All right.
Valak opting to hold here, probably a wise decision. As Reaper begins moving up on the right, they are going to come into an engagement very soon with the defendants just on the far side of that southern canyon. But on the other side, it looks like Freak actually just spotted one of their enemies and took some pop shots. That might have been that dead giveaway that they needed to give Marsoc the confidence to push in. And if that's the case, Valhalla is in for it. Walsey right now, though, manages to spot them and takes a few pop shots there and quite wisely decides to back off. That is a 3v1 situation. These are dangerous waters for Walsey right now, who's rocking out there right now. Even though he doesn't have a kill on the board yet, 0-2. You can see the kind of plays that this man is making, and that was an awesome one. He didn't connect. He didn't manage to get out any kills, but that was just a fantastic flank right off the bat. I believe that might have been what we were hearing Freak talk about there in the very beginning. Walsey in a very dangerous predicament right here. Holy cow. You guys saw those lasers coming in from the far side there. Narrowly missing Walsey. On the far side, Nono Bird manages to pick up Apollo. Does he spot another? Not too sure who he could be looking at over there. Let's ride along again with Walsey. Now, Waltz did smoke, or he did spot the smoke coming in across the way here as Meso and Valak begin to make their push. Freak also downs Nono Bird. He finally found him. Valak pushed right in and caught Walsey off guard there, ladies and gentlemen.
Got a kill here. I don't know what count it is. Is it scratch 2?
Unfortunato indeed for Walsey. But, ladies and gentlemen, that's the way it goes sometimes. You hold down a defensive, and, you know, it doesn't always pan out your way. Again, we saw him make an awesome effort there in the beginning, so I just love to see that. I love to see players making a great effort with a well thought out plan. And you know, if he if circumstances were just slightly different, I bet Walsey could have just turned that 3-to-1 situation completely around and changed the entire game. But right now, here's your recap. A solid 4 players still up for Project Valhalla on the Marsoc squad, currently ranking in with a 1 in the win column, but Pantheon with 3 players up has a 3. We see the lasers crossing paths here as Reaper in the sniper tower there begins to head down and out. Will Jester be the one to catch him off guard? Laughing Coffin, Freak, and Jester all posted up in fantastic defensive positions. But on the far side here, we do see Valak and Meso making their slow but stable push.
Oh, but on the bottom there, I don't know the bottom floor. Can you smoke off bottom floor, lower dumpster? I'll try my best. All right, boys, we're in position. We're going to take this pause in the next 30 seconds.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's talk about the fact that right now Valak and Meso... Oh, Meso just got popped there, unfortunately, as soon as he popped that head out. But let's talk about the fact that on the far side of this offensive, we've got Rolotok 420 coming in for that swing effect on the flank. It's the flanker-rooney. Rolotok, though, playing it slow and steady. Exactly what you want to do. Laughing Coffin is situated on the inside wall there, just in case somebody gets wise like they did last time and tries to cap from the inside. Jester is going to be watching in the direction that that flank is coming from. But luckily, Rolotok manages to sneak around the inside. Unfortunately, he is spotted there by Freak, but he ducks inside just in the nick of time. And Valak getting up close and personal with that objective right now. What is he up to? Downing one of the Marsaki, one of the defendants, unfortunately picking up a TK for Rolotok. Oh my gosh, you know that he feels bad about that one, ladies and gentlemen. Oh my gosh, very, very unfortunate out here. That was their capping opportunity. Will Rolotok be able to make up for that compromise out here? Jester trying to seek some cover as Rolotok makes that push. Come on, Rolotok. We want to see you go for a cap out here. Laughing Coffin sitting well situated on the inside. Plenty of time here to go for that opportunity as Jester still believes Rolotok is further away. There he is with an iPad in hand. What's he up to? 43 seconds remaining, but Jester won't allow that kind of time. Rolotok's got, yes, there it is, ladies and gentlemen. Jester makes that fantastic push right there at the end and manages to pick up a kill, but it just was like a second behind, folks. That was so awesome. That's what we love to see here. That is that top contending gameplay that we are all here for. Picking up a 2 right now for Project Valhalla, evening the scoreboard out to a 3-3. That's what we love to see. That is what we love to see, folks. In fact, if we could just do a quick replay on that cap, that was awesome. Yeah, there it is. Awesome stuff. Awesome stuff, folks. So we've got an all-new objective out here. This one is in a little bit more of a precarious situation. There is some good opportunities for cover here, for those cover caps. However, with the spawn points in this map, that's going to be a tough one. That will be a tough one. Both team captains going to have to think diligently about this one if they don't already have some plans in mind. How's everybody's evening doing tonight? Lady Coffin 12, we see you out there rooting on Laughing Coffin. That is awesome. If you two are anything like how me and my wife are, she roots me on all the time when I'm streaming or playing. And it's an awesome thing to have when you have that kind of a relationship with your companion or your partner. Whoever that may be. Global Cop, glad to see you out there. Salty Pog, glad to see you out there, as well as Carter, Mixologist, Sus, I think was your name, and everybody else. It's just great to have you all here on VRML 3. Normally, these kind of games, these gold level games, wouldn't be casted here. However, unfortunately, due to a double booking, VRML 2 is taken. So we do appreciate everybody being here.
Go in the basement.
stay from me,
I'm not
please.
gonna worry about it, man. Get it out of your head.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, we hear that defensive strat coming in. On the far side, we've got some Marsoc movements. Remember, folks, we were talking about how hard it can be to cap on this objective point because it is pretty wide and open. There's not much cover, and the one bit of cover you can get is probably going to be watched. So this is an exciting round 5 right here, folks. Very exciting round 5. We got Meso taking those shots at the far side there. Let's see about running alongside here with Laughing Coffin 1. Currently an 0-1 on the board, but that's a-okay. We know Laughing Coffin has what it takes to get out here and make some top contending, top champion VRML Season 11, Week 13 plays. There's shots raining in on the far side, not going to connect with Freak as he lays prone immediately, trying to keep that head under as much cover as possible. Going to swing around here on the far side. Looks like that's Reaper taking those shots. And it does look like he's...
One on South Valley.
Oh, no. Did you hear that, folks? Reaper calling out the scratch 1, but I don't see a scratch. And that's a-okay, folks. That's a-okay. Mistakes like this can happen. It's a confusing time sometime when you're being attacked from multiple angles. If you aren't into VR, or if you haven't gotten the chance to experience what this is like yet, let me be the first one to tell you this is exciting. It's as close as you can get to being in this scenario without being in this scenario, and the ability to have 2 of your senses taken over by this virtual environment, which is being influenced by your peers, is amazing. Jester and Apollo making great plays out here. Look at that. Look at that right there. Apollo using those smoke grenades to his advantage to try to take advantage of this huge open gap and just cover a little ground. Hopefully he can get behind this rock before being spotted. Now on the far side, looks like Meso and his companion
Twin.
are making those shots, are making those call outs. But folks, we saw that blue line coming in on this doorway. We'll see whether or not Meso is going to get capped. Oh my goodness, that is dangerous. Very precariously close is that blue line. Not much he can do, though. Remember, the players do not see these blue lines. This is for our viewing pleasures only. And Apollo Graham out here is absolutely devastating the field still. Solid 5 and 3 with the 1 in the OBJ column. As he begins taking down, or taking some shots down range here. Lots of pop shots coming in left and right. Everybody suppressing each other.
Hotel, bottom story, over.
By the way, folks, we are a few minutes into this round, and we still have 5 players up on each team, except for right now, where Laughing Coffin has just been downed and killed by Valak.
I got a kill.
And I wanted to tune in here with Waltzy, because guess what Waltzy is up to? Although they're fighting quite vigorously on the far side, Waltzy is making a very slow but stable push behind the Volk defendants right now. Reaper, I don't think in fact, any of the Volks have any idea that Waltzy has snuck all the way around behind him. Look at the map. I mean, this is fantastic stuff. By the way, Reaper has managed to down Jester right now. Apollo downs Meso, evening the score down to a 4v3. Project Valhalla in the lead right now with 4 players still up. Pantheon, though, making a fantastic flank. Waltzy getting all the way behind the objective. If he can just simply hold off on shooting Valak for just a moment, then Reaper will have no idea that Waltzy is here. You can see on the far side there, Apollo behind the truck, just desperately trying to get to some cover. All eyes on him right now. This is the opportunity that Waltzy needs to take Reaper down. Oh my gosh, almost missed it due to that fence, but successfully killing Reaper. Waltzy is going to be the last one remaining, as Apollo did get down there on the far side, and taking those shots to kill Reaper did give his position away, I do believe, as Valak and the others do seem to be shifting around a little bit. We're going to continue riding alongside here with Waltzy as he tries desperately to get to that satellite dish so that he can pull the iPad off of his back and enter the 6-digit code successfully downing Valley. And across the field comes Rolto shooting at Wolsey, but Wolsey manages to make it across the road, and you better believe he is going for that cap. How fast can Wolsey cap? That is the question right here. Ladies and gentlemen, he needs to get close enough. Is he close enough? A flash grenade coming out from the back end. This is as exciting as it gets. And Rolto manages to push him around the back of the building. No Bird finishes him off. One heck of an ending. Ladies and gentlemen, wowzers. Look at this again. Look at this again. Fantastic. Here comes that back. That's exactly what teamwork's about here, folks. I'm getting so excited because that's what teamwork is about. You go out in Onward, you play some games with your friends, and you see something, a common enemy in this case, that you can call out. You can inform your friends. You can inform your teammates. And as you saw there, that was great communication by the Valhalla by the Valhalla crew. And it panned out for them. But it was also a fantastic effort on the Pantheon team. Wolsey was, gosh, he was seconds from taking that. He was seconds from it. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you're enjoying the stream thus far. It is the July 31st Onward VRML Season 11, Week 13 Esports Game of the Night. And just getting that final score added there for Downfall as we move on to map number 2 here. Map number 2 is going to be a classic favorite amongst the Onward family. You can probably already see it up there. It's Suburbia. You know, I didn't know our VRML compadre that most of you folks know in the VRML community, Trip, was actually out there at a beach bar enjoying his day today, or enjoying his evening, I should say, when I was bugging him there about our audio issues. I was like, man, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt you out there. Oh man, I'm glad we got that fixed, folks. I was stressed about that for a second. I was like, this is such an awesome game. I don't want y'all to miss out. And I'm glad you're not. I'm glad to have every single one of you out here alongside me, tuning in for what is going to most certainly be one of the most exciting games of the night. In fact, I'll go out on a limb and say it. This is the most exciting game of the night. If you're tuning into VRML on any other channel, it's because all of the VRML games are exciting. But let me tell you something. This was the most exciting. Project Valhalla and Pantheon are just putting on such a fantastic show. I don't know any other way to describe it other than to tell you that it is simply magical out here. That first round on Quarantine, which those of you who know me, you know that Quarantine is probably my least favorite map to play. Or excuse me, Downfall, I meant to say. Downfall is probably my least favorite map to play. And seeing them go out there and cap like that actually got me a little bit stoked. It made me really want to go out there and play some Onward. So that should tell you something about the way that these players are performing out here. Just riveting stuff. Now, I'm just catching up with some of the chats. Remember, we are 6 minutes behind you, folks. And that is awesome that you all are keeping the chats alive out there, engaging with the game, engaging with us in the esports booth. And I just got this hot off the presses, folks. This is actually burning my hands just a little bit here. I didn't realize it was going to be, I mean, geez Louise, that must be like a LaserJet 8500 or something in there. But that is awesome that Mr. Coffin in game here has Lady Coffin 12 watching, and you guys are chilling right next to each other. That is so cool. That's just like I mentioned earlier, just like me and my wife. So it's awesome to see other people with the same camaraderie. Now, let's see what's going to happen out here. Just waiting a few more moments here for both teams. And then I think we're going to be off to some fantastic Suburban gameplay. Folks, also worth mentioning, I did up my graphics package. I usually run pretty good graphics anyway, just for streaming, but I did want to make sure I took some extra care to super sample everything today and Onward. You may have noticed, or you may not have, that round 1 looked much better. Well, I'm hoping that you all can enjoy round 2 here on Suburbia with a new level of clarity. I so far am quite impressed with the graphics quality I'm getting out of it so far. This kind of super sampling usually is not recommended unless you have a very strong graphics card and unit to run it. You folks will get to enjoy that and see it here momentarily once both teams are ready. And we'll take a quick moment to talk about the fact that if you are interested in VR Master League, and if you are interested in participating, whether it be playing, casting, or some sort of other production background role, then swing on in to vrmasterleague.com. There's Echo, there's Onward, and other games that you can participate in too. So if you like watching Onward, but maybe you love playing another game, if you like playing Onward, but maybe you like watching other games, if you don't like watching games or playing games, but you enjoy just doing some production work or coding work or anything like that, then swing into vrmasterleague.com, join the Discord, and I promise you, there's probably going to be a role out there for you, okay? If you're interested in casting or playing, just make sure you fill out the form there on the website. All right. At this moment, folks, we are still just waiting for these teams to get ready. But you remember, I did talk briefly about the fact that we have this super sampling enabled. And if you guys are nerds like me, just take a look at the texture quality here compared to normal Onward. I mean, does that not just amaze you? This is what I mean about the sharper image clarity. You folks may be able to recognize that the textures on the ground, it's, in my opinion, very noticeable on this map. Way more than it was on the last one. But like, look at the bricks in the house, for instance. It should reveal like a new level of clarity for you folks. To me, it just looks fantastic. I mean, unbelievable. And I'm so amazed because I've been playing this game for so long, but I've never really messed with the super sampling like this, and I am just blown away. Of course, running that in VR will be a whole nother ball game, but at least for viewership, it will be enjoyable. And we are still just, again, waiting for a little bit more here for both teams. And no problems at all. Oh, in fact, it looks like... okie doke. There is our reason. Project Valhalla has called a timeout. Okay, that makes a lot of sense as to what's taken us a little bit of time here. So Project Valhalla called a timeout. They have all 5 players in there. They may be having some sort of other issues. They may be having no issues at all. Perhaps they just wanted to get their strat straight. We talked briefly earlier about how this is an important game and why this is an important game. Well, Onward VR Master League Season 11 has been one heck of a season, okay? And it's all wrapping up right now. It's wrapping up. I believe actually tomorrow will be the very, very last of it. So, again, if you're interested in joining the crew, the best time to do it will be just tomorrow. Actually, it looks like the very last match is going to be tomorrow, 10 p.m. That is the last of Season 11, Week 13 that I have scheduled here, folks. So if you're interested, that's when you can get in on it. Also, tomorrow, 8 p.m., make sure you guys check out Oculus Venues. If you're on Oculus Quest, you should be able to watch the game from Oculus Venues, brought to you by Facebook, where Etch and Wookie are going to be hosting Animal House versus Dark Matter. That won't be one you want to miss. If you're into VRML and you're keeping up with the teams this season, that is the best one that you could possibly watch on a Sunday night. Oh, maybe. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's dive on into the game because things are getting ready to get hot and heavy on the field. Okay, and as we can see here, we've got a what I would consider to be a mid-spawn.
Don't worry, it's right, goddammit.
We got Jester, Paulo, Laughing, Waltzy, and Freak all down here making their arrangements as the round begins, and they are unleashed from their cages. They are running to their defensive spots, and Freak gonna make a quick advance here for the middle bit. Very quick, very close tuck in here. That's a very great position as well. That's a position I have loved to use time and time again. And Meso and Nonobird both on that objective side. Reaper gonna try and make a flank here. Will Freak catch him off guard? I don't believe he will, actually. Looks like that smoke's gonna just cover him perfectly. A second smoke coming out. Went through the bushes there, unfortunately. Looks like Reaper's just gonna be laying down some cover fire on that middle lane. Freak is gonna begin freaking out possibly a little bit, or he's gonna keep his cool. He definitely heard those shots coming in just behind him. What he does next is going to determine everything for him. Meso tossing a couple of smokes out there towards the objective. We can see right down below us as we're Freak and Reaper are on just other sides of this bush. Freak throws a flash out there. I don't believe that connected with Meso as he is on the other side of those sandbags. Again, this is going to be round one here on Suburbia. Apollo is trained on this corner where Meso is. I think if Meso... Oh! Apollo may take his eyes off the prize here for just the wrong time. Very slow push here. And there's nothing wrong with taking your time doing this. Jonathan, Waltzy, Freak, and Apollo all in fantastic positions out here. Freak slowly making a push. And downing Reaper, fully killing him. Valak hears the commotion. He begins moving in on the backside too. Freak on a rampage right now, downing and killing Valak as well. Meso starting to get a little antsy here. He might poke his head out at Apollo. You can see Freak here just trying to lay some cover fire down at that bush. Waltzy downs Rolotok on the far side. Still alive though over there. Right now, it's a 1v5 situation for Meso. What is he going to do? Freak beginning to push in. They're going to locate him here eventually if he stays in the same position. He's been in the same position for a while, and I am not too sure what the defendants plan to do about it. Freak seems to be moving in on the backside of Meso.
Should be safe to come all the way to the flank, though. We should be good.
I don't think he realizes he's alone yet. Gonna get shot from the back end. And there it is, ladies and gentlemen. Finalizing it for round one on Suburbia. Pantheon wins. Fantastic. Get that team a 1 in the win column. Thank you very much. That right there is a doozy. Whammy, I'm just seeing the chats. Remember, folks, we are 6 minutes behind here. Asking about in the last round in Downfall, if Project Valhalla won it by capping at the end. That answer is negative. They were capped on by Pantheon after round or during round 2, and then during round 3 they capped back, and then during round, actually it was either round 3 or round 4 that happened, and then the final round, Pantheon got the opportunity to go out there and try to cap on Valhalla, which did not work for them. You should be seeing that again later in the highlights reel. By the way, folks, we do know that the stream title is incorrect. It is out of my control. Anybody who casts on the VRML channels who is not one of the head staff members, they do not get the opportunity. We do not get the opportunity to set the titles. That is automatically configured by the system once we go live. So if the titles are wrong, that is something that gets corrected after the fact.
Once you clear those little 2 boxes and get there, and you
Let's get down to the field
anybody from playing
right now, because I have a feeling something exciting is about to happen
I'm going there too.
down here right now with Pantheon. As round 2 is just about to begin underway, I have a feeling, like I said, this is going to be one heck of a round here. Let's get down there and see what these 5 men and women have to offer.
Push lane 1.
They're gonna play. They're gonna play aggressive. They're gonna have
Actually,
two
sounds
guys
like
aggressive.
sounds like they might be trying to go aggressive themselves. You hear it? Nono Bird finds Laughing Coffin and immediately downs him. And on the far side, Apollo moving in there, downing Nono Bird, successfully finalizing him. Reaper in a sneaky deaky position right there on the other side of Freak's shots. Will Freak, Waltzy, Apollo, and Jester be able to make that 4-man push on the far side? Negative, as Meso manages to down Waltzy with the C4. Not a full kill though, as Apollo comes back around and revs him. On the right here, you see Reaper dropping 1, putting that Marsoc body just above him. Jester and Apollo short to see that engagement as Meso sneaks in on the other side and downs Waltzy. Apollo manages to drop him though, and Jester pushes Reaper. Oh man, Reaper almost made that a double. Apollo just came through at the right time. Right now, this is a 1v3 situation for Apollo Graham. Things have heated up very fast out here as both teams chose an offensive strategy. Apollo going to quickly try and clear that corner and successfully doing so.
-3 over.
But not a full kill. Reaper's still able to call out.
The other side of my stand back. He's pushing up.
Now, Apollo did choose to leave Reaper alive right here, and I'm sure that wasn't intentional. I'm sure that was just because he was rushed.
He's still there.
Rozo got the call out, but unfortunately Apollo Graham manages to down him. Valak right now looking through the bushes. He knows roughly where this enemy is, but he doesn't know exactly where he is, and as he pushes through, he manages to spot him and kill him. What a fantastic job by Mr. Valak. That right there secures themselves a tie tonight. Wowzer Bowser. Let's go ahead and look at that one again. Just barely making it there in the nick of time, because Apollo is definitely on his way out. Definitely on the way out there. Wow. That's what we love to see, folks. That is what we love to see. Solid 1-1 right now on the boards. Map 2 with Suburbia. Anybody else out there drinking some coffee? I don't know about you folks, but I got some coffee. You may, if anybody out there knows anything about me, it's that I start every single stream with a triple or quad shot wife-made espresso in the French press. It's the only way. It's the only way at this point. It's where we get our energy to do this, folks. Let's see. We've got another awesome objective out here, by the way. This one is going to be a doozy indeed. I am excited to say that this one, I think, will provide some excellent gameplay for sure. You guys have been excited about these last couple of rounds. Let me tell you, this one's going to be no exception. Let's get you down to the field.
Commit to a flank, just so you know.
Round 3 officially now underway as Jester begins immediately laying that cover fire down that center lane just in case any of the Marsoc invaders attempt to take it. Waltzy going for that far side push. If you guys remember that cast I did with Hutcho, there was another player here who was holding this position so fantastically we had to name that position after him, and that player's name has just escaped me. But that's a-okay. We got 1, 2, 3 Marsoc trying to make that play over on Clearview. And it looks like Meso manages to down Apollo before Waltzy downs him. That right there was a fair trade. Valak downs Freak. Waltzy still in that same position, about to get pushed by Valak. No, negative! But now Valik's aware. Oh no, he is. It's unfortunate for him as he walks into the same trap that both Meso and who was it? Reaper, was it? I believe it was Reaper that also fell into that trap as Waltzy sits back down to hunt for more. Right now, 3 up on Pantheon, 2 up on Valhalla, 1-1 on the boards, 5 minutes remaining. No Bird actually manages to spot one of the defendants on the far side there, but neither of them have any idea. Waltzy's already behind them. No Bird gonna get back in it by Waltzy, just like 3 of his other teammates. Waltzy devastating the field right now, and if he looks off to his left, he's gonna manage to pick off Rolatoke too. Thank goodness for Rolatoke. That man wasn't looking this direction. Unfortunately, now he was. Ladies and gentlemen, Pantheon eliminates Project Valhalla player after player after player after player, thanks to Waltzy. Going out there this round, earning himself amazing stuff. That right there took him to a 6-1 on the board. A 6-1. That is amazing. Let's go ahead and add a 1 in the Pantheon's domain. Did I promise you guys excitement or what? Was that an ace? Was it? I think that might have been an ace by Waltzy. Gosh darn, I just can't remember if anybody else got 1 kill out there. I know Waltzy got 4 of them. I don't know if he got all 5 though. If he did, that's amazing. We've seen that position used before to extreme tactical advantages, and that was just another fantastic opportunity. Now, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we are down in the field. This time, everything is the same, except the roles have switched. Rolatoke is immediately going to start laying down that cover fire on that corner position, and Reaper waits for the opportunity to go through the gap, and Meso does too. The 2 of them are going to move up for that close quarters engagement, and I just saw that. Anybody else just see that? It looked like I saw a C4 come flying over here. But it looks like Meso does manage to pick 1 up already. Reaper and Meso both in a precarious situation right here as Waltzy makes his way to the center house. Will Reaper be able to keep that eye on the inside center house doorway as Laughing Coffin also tries to make a play? Waltzy is going to be actually looking around the backside of the house. Is he going to catch first? Who's going to catch him first? Both players doing a great job, and Reaper uses that C4 to a fantastic advantage, not only getting 1, but 2. Both Waltzy and Laughing Coffin downed and killed by Reaper using a C4. That is so cheeky, and I love it. A double kill with the C4 in a league match. That's amazing. Freak right now trying his best to use these smokes to a tactical advantage by the burning house alongside Jester 101289. Right now, 4 players up for Valhalla and only 2 up for Pantheon. So Pantheon is going to have to take this low, slow, and careful. But rest assured, there's 4.5 minutes remaining. They have the time to do this. Interesting technique coming in here by Freak, but it might work. Oh, unfortunate for him, though. It actually didn't. Reaper was just watching there in the very middle. It just so happens that's exactly where Freak was looking. It's just that Freak, I mean, look at Reaper. I mean, he's a small black blob on the far side. That's a very, very hard spot right there. Scratch 4 comes the call out. And an accurate scratch count, too. 4 Valhalla, 1 Pantheon. Jester going to attempt the same flank. Will he fall victim to Reaper? Wow, Valak moves at the exact moment that Jester takes a look at that corner. I think Jester might have actually seen Valak moving away from that corner. I believe that is why Jester was holding eyes on it. Let's see what happens here. Valak makes it just at the right time as Jester lets down his guard this time. Folks, that right there makes this game even once again. Let's bring it back up to the scoreboard. This is as close as you can get. Neck and neck gameplay right now. It's beautiful. That is beautiful. This is the kind of gameplay you get when you put gold teams like this together. Pantheon's out there right now with an MMR of 1190, playing in the American East Division for Season 11. Pantheon is a gold-ranked team, just like Project Valhalla. Project Valhalla's MMR is 1180, only 10 points shy. So they're a really, really good matchup out here. A great lineup for sure. Taking a look at some of Pantheon's last games. In fact, actually, folks, we're going to do that right after this next round because we are getting ready to get started. And down on the defense. Here we go.
Yeah.
What's she doing to your hole?
You're gonna keep it clean for her.
You think I should try to take that spot they played?
So we hear some plans coming out here. They're going to try to take that spot that Valhalla played. I'm not sure what spot they're talking about. I assume it's something they've already worked out.
Hey, someone's at Fairview. Someone's at Fairview.
We immediately see Meso moving into position and spotting somebody. The question is, does he know that there's not just one, but there's two, and one in the far back here?
Someone's on the other side of me.
I see what Freak was doing. He is taking the spot that I believe it was Reaper took earlier. Might have been Rolatoke. Either way, though, it worked out for him. Downing Valak, and Meso's going to come around that corner and kill him. Ladies and gentlemen, Apollo barely missed the opportunity, and Meso barely missed the opportunity to get back at him there as Apollo dropped his head just in the nick of time. Meso quite aware of where this thing should be. However, he doesn't expect that he'll be shooting him directly in between those barriers. That is a sneaky location right there to be shot from, and a fantastic one. Right now, 4 up on Pantheon, 3 up on Valhalla. Objective being well defended by 3 of the Pantheon members. Where is the 4th? Where is the 4th? Ah, looks like he's actually back there. Chilling out on that objective. So this is going to be a hard push. We got a couple smokes coming out long range there. Not too sure how effective those are going to be. Nono Bird, though, is going to attempt to use that first smoke to an advantage as he slowly but surely begins making a play. At least that smoke did block off eyes from Laughing Coffin and Jester down there at the far side. Looks like Apollo might be going for some sort of flank maneuver here. Being a little aggressive. Just the right amount of aggressiveness, though, as Walty downs one and Apollo downs the other. Reaper and Nono both hit the deck out here, leaving everything in the ample hands of Rolatoke 420, who is already back behind the enemies, just trying to finalize a play right here. He's 0-3 on the boards right now. Not feeling honest, but guys, Well, I was gonna say, I believe in him. I do believe he has what it takes. I know for a fact he does.
Have some
But
flashes.
unfortunately, this time Apollo Graham finalizes things for Valhalla. This is neck and neck. This is as close as you can get to awesome neck and neck gameplay. And right now, it went from a 1-1 to a 2-2 to a 2-3 in Pantheon's favor. All right, and we are getting back into the thick of it out here. Some fantastic gaming happening so far on this one. We've yet to see a cap out here. But I believe in it.
Just make sure you're not flipping. Don't kill me, remember.
Hang on a sec. Am I incorrect with the score being 3-2? Did we? Am I forgetting a cap? Was there a cap? I don't think there was. I'm pretty dang sure this is going to be round 5 for us out here, folks. Round 5, and Valak taking shots immediately from the school bus side here, making those call-outs and successfully downing Jester through the smoke there. Fantastic job as well. Body Laughing popping on the far side there. Laughing actually just goes prone behind those sandbags, which is quite wise. Freak, though, on the far side here, in the middle of the road, in fact. Valak has an awesome opportunity here to take Freak out. Will he be able to do it as he throws a flash grenade out? It does hit Freak. Valak looks just the wrong way, just the wrong time, but then finally manages to hear those footsteps and finalize Freak. Laughing Coffin finally finalizes Valak, making things an even 2-2. Waltzy and Laughing Coffin, the last remaining of the attacking squad here with 4.5 minutes on the board. Reaper and Rolotok are sitting tight on that objective. We can see these players checking all angles as they slowly but surely make that push.
I downed the one at red car. I don't know if he's confirmed.
Okay.
Choosing now to go in the opposite direction, which there's nothing wrong with doing that because they definitely think that there could be more enemies down by the red car. He isn't even sure if he confirmed him, and thus it is probably the safer bet in most situations to do exactly what they're doing. To be honest with you, it's going to be hard to tell if that's going to pay off for them. Let's see what the defense is doing. Rolotok peeked his head out there around the back of that sedan, and unfortunately Waltzy did take advantage of that at just the right moment. Reaper lays down that frag grenade. Pretty good locationing there, but Laughing Coffin and Waltzy are both going to be coming around the bushes in center house. Oh no. There it goes. Reaper ducks down there behind the bushes. He's making me very nervous with that head popping out. And Waltzy took full advantage of that himself. He thought the exact same thing I did, and manages to rake home a win right now for Pantheon on map number 2, ladies and gentlemen. That right there is fantastic. Let us let us celebrate round 4 by diving back into the scoreboard and adding a 1 for the Pantheon team on map number 2. A 4-2, finalizing things out here on Suburbia. What a fantastic win for Pantheon. All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, before we dive into the next round, oop. Yeah, there it goes. I was gonna say, before we dive into the next round, let's see what map it is, but it looks like it's gonna be some Subway. And we all love Subway. Love Subway, right? Nothing wrong with some Subway. So Subway, that is the vote here for map number 3. And we are going to dive in. Now, ladies and gentlemen, what I wanted to say real quick here is a super special thank you, because if you aren't familiar with how we're able to bring you all such phenomenal, top contending, top contracted esports action here for VRML, let me just be the first one to tell you that on the July 31st Onward VRML tournaments and games just like this one, we have many people to thank. So let's thank them. Pro2 VR, VR Cover, Haptics, HyperX, Rebuff Reality, Cybershoes, Arma, VRware, Asterion, and Fixit Gaming are some of the top contending companies out there, and we thank them so much for helping us here with VRML. Now, we have Subway at our midst, and the very first objective I'm actually laying eyes on right now, again, coming out of the manager's booth right here in the esports arena, and I think you all are going to be very pleased when you see the kind of challenge that these players are going to have to deal with. Let's go ahead and hop down to the field right about now, so that way we can take a look at some of these players.
Win this, let's bring it back.
Rear coffin.
Round number 1
Right coffin.
on
Right.
map number 3.
Right.
Watch, they could run up these stairs once we get there.
Now, Walsey and Laughing, we're actually going to ride along with them because we heard them making these plans early in here. And I just want to see if they're right. They did make a quick call out saying they think they could possibly show up at the stairs, and that is a very, very likely option. In fact, it looks like Meso might just be coming along the stairway.
So we're gonna crawl down this. When we get about halfway, we're gonna throw smoke at the bottom. Alright?
Word. Roger.
And remember, voice range on this game is quite large. I don't know if they're within vocal range of Meso. I don't believe so, based on the way that he's behaving right now. I do believe he didn't hear a thing. And on the far side, actually, it looks like Apollo. Wow! Oh my gosh, I want to get over there with Nono. Nono just executed Apollo with the use... There it is. With the use of a C4. Very well placed there. Very well placed indeed. Now, folks, we're going to get back over here with Laughing Coffin and Walsey as Walsey tosses out that smoke. That does alert Meso as to where those shots are coming from, or as to where those pushes are coming from. It looks like Valak manages to down one on the far side. Laughing Coffin and Walsey make their way into the downstairs section. But, oh, in fact, Meso's all the way underneath them, so right now they are not being contended. Just over yonder, we do have Reaper very, very precariously watching this far side where enemies often will like to come up from the basement. And we can see right here another fantastic placement of a C4. Golly, what is that right here, folks? It looks like Freak is making a slow but stable push. I would love to see another C4 being used out here to gain another kill tonight, just in this one match alone. This is going to be a slow one here. I believe in them. I want to see it happen. Let's take a quick look at the map here and see what everybody is looking at. Laughing Coffin and Walsey, just by the way, they both made that full push downstairs. They're coming in around the bend right now. They are not going to be spotted just yet, but Freak is definitely playing this safe. Now this right here is a patience game. If Rolatook waits too long, Freak could make it out of the doorway. Sounds like Meso managed to get upstairs and spot Walsey and Laughing's flank.
In car subway, in front of us. He's pushing me.
Meso finalized Waltzy, laughing, getting a little bit confused there as Meso comes back around and finalizes him. Let's see if we can catch up with Rolotok and Freak situation over here, which is still slowly developing. And in fact, this is all we have to watch now, as Freak is the last remaining player on the field. Ah, shucks, guys. Tried to get you a good replay there. Unfortunately, that is just not the replay we were looking for. And neither is that. That's a-okay. That's a-okay. Folks, here it is. This is the moment we've been waiting for. Freak is in prime position right now to get exploded by that C4. If Rolotok just popped... If Rolotok could just pop it off right now, if he knew. If he had any idea. Oh, no, he missed the opportunity.
-1.
And instead is caught distracted there. Freak manages to do a little bit of damage there to Project Valhalla, but unfortunately does go down himself. Project Valhalla wins the first one here on map number 3. Putting a 1 in the win column out there for Project Valhalla here on Subway. And folks, let's take a quick moment to take a look at how Project Valhalla has been doing on Subway, because they do have a bit of a history out here. So, Project Valhalla on Subway, that is their #1 map this season. Subway has been played 9 times and won 6 times. Okay, in Season 11, that gives Project Valhalla a 67% win rate on this map, but that doesn't mean everything. They lost on Suburbia, and Suburbia has a 71% win rate, one of Valhalla's top maps. Playing it 7 times, winning it 5 times. We're going to scratch this one up to another loss on Suburbia, but Subway, anybody's game. Currently, 9 plays, 6 wins. And as far as Pantheon, how many times have they played on this map this season? Well, Subway has been played 11 times with a total of 9 wins. That gives them an 82% win rate out here on this third map versus the 67% win rate that Project Valhalla has. This really is anybody's game. Let's get down to the field right now and prep ourselves, because I have a feeling round number 2 is going to bring us a lot of new excitement and possibly some things that we haven't even seen yet.
What percent was your headset on? I was about to say.
It's on 15.
No, what percent?
That's why I can't play That's why I can't play pregame with you guys, or I died mid-game.
Uh-oh. Hopefully Valak here is not going to have a headset issue with his battery on round number 2 of the VRML esports game of the night between Valhalla and Pantheon. Right now, actually looking like the underside is going to be our best play here, with Meso, Reaper, and Rolotok making that 3-man push. Are they going to come into some contention here? Freak just above Meso there, and he will definitely be hearing those footsteps.
Nope.
Definitely within audio range here too. Freak in that upstairs stairway position is going to be in a prime location right now to take Meso and Reaper out.
Team kill me? Are you serious? Come
Oh.
on, dog. Pick me up, dumbass.
Meso trying to bait Freak out. Saw him shoot the ground there and then claim that he got team killed. This is it right here, folks. Ooh, Reaper took his eyes off the prize for just a moment as Meso walks away, giving the impression that they are leaving. Freak may begin to actually just slightly move forward and check this corner. On the far side, looks like Jester and Nono Bird got into an engagement. Jester finalized Nono out there, and Valak as well. Freak unfortunately goes down. And Jester appears to have downed Jester. Freak using as much tactical advantage here as possible to throw Meso off. Meso is in a very bad situation right now, a 1v4. Pantheon does have Laughing Coffin to revive right now, and if they can do that, then he's in an even worse position. And there goes that res. Right now, a 1v5 out here. If Project Valhalla can pull off a 1v5 against all odds. If they can cap against all odds, then I will definitely say this is one of the most exciting games I've ever seen. Here it comes. That pre-fire just narrowly missed him, and it's some pre-fire coming back there. Meso moving around to the far side here. How's this going to play out as Freak still in that same stairway position? The smoke is dropped by Meso in an attempt to probably throw them off a little bit, and he's going to go for a very quick backward maneuver to try to throw his enemies off of his course. Will Meso be able to make it all the way back and around for a cap before either time runs out or the enemies spot him? Again, right now, we're just enjoying some ride-along footage with Meso. Currently 1.0 on the boards in terms of KDs. And on this map so far, Project Valhalla is in the lead. But again, Pantheon just keeping true to their nature, making this game even as possible. It's a 1-0 right now, but remember, Project Valhalla has Meso out here. That's the only player they have to defend. Or I should say to attack all 5 Pantheon members. So let's see how this pans out. Now, folks, you may notice I'm not saying too terribly much. That's because things are getting tense out here. A minute and a half remaining. A minute and a half remaining for Meso to make this play. Apollo is here behind the trash can waiting for the opportunity. What's in that hand? What is this? Apollo Graham is waiting for the opportunity to execute a C4 detonation. But where is that C4 so conveniently located? Right up here. Oh, Meso checked it and spotted it! Apollo tried to pull the trigger on it, but couldn't pull it off in time. Of course, because Meso had already disarmed it. Apollo out there trading with the last Marsakian, Meso. And you heard a little hee maniacal laugh coming in at the end there. That's just because he managed to put a stop to it. Ladies and gentlemen, let's dive back to the scoreboard and add a 1 for the Pantheon team here on Subway, keeping everything as tight-knit as possible. We love to see it. Now, ladies and gentlemen, the next round, round 3, will begin very shortly. But again, I just want to thank everybody for showing up here tonight on VRML Channel 3. Although it's not the most watched VRML channel, we definitely appreciate the attendance on every VRML channel and every VRML livecast. We do this to bring you all top action in the games that you love. And in this particular one, we are looking at Onward because we love it. Now we are getting ready to dive down deep with another fantastic round. I thought we were at least... I thought we were. Guys, let's take a quick look at the board right now, because as we are waiting for the next round to begin, we need to understand exactly what we're dealing with. Freaks out there with a solid 3-1 on the KDs right now, and in a close second place position is Jester 101-289 with a 2-1 on the KDs. Then behind him is Apollo Graham out there with a 1-2. That's a 0.5 on the KDs. Then we've got Valhalla topping things off with Meso out there, a solid 2-1, and Reaper 1-1 as well as Nona Bird 1-1. Looking good. We've got a few great players out here making some great moves. The question is, this is only round 2. We're about to begin round 3, and it's anybody's game. If a single cap comes out, that will shake everything up. And folks, I did just get word. We are going to be taking another timeout here. And this timeout, actually, I'm not sure if both timeouts came from Valhalla. I did get messaged from Valhalla on both. Oh, actually, yeah, I believe the first break came in from Pantheon. This one is coming in from Valhalla. Messaged from both team captains here, letting us know we are going to be doing a short intermission. We shall be ready to resume, though, very, very soon. Sky Joker, so glad to see you out here, as well as Oscar Dub, Champ, Salty, Swammy, and the rest. Great to see so many familiar faces tuning in for VRML Channel 3. Now, taking a quick look back at the boards here, we were just starting to talk about some of the past games that Pantheon has been contending in. And let's just take a quick look, because just recently they did play against Blackwatch. They lost that one 9-8, but then they won against Unity with a solid 12-5 out there. Now, other than that, they also won against VR Sector with a solid 12-4. So out of the last 3 games, they've won 2 of them. This 4th game might just be a bit of a decider for them. And you know what? With it being the last... game in the season. I didn't expect to get cut off there by that commercial, but that's okay. That is a-okay. Still on a quick break here, just waiting for the team captains to finalize everything. But as we were discussing, lots of great games here recently, lots of them. We were looking at Pantheon's recent game history, but now let's take a look at Project Valhalla. And again, this is going to be the last game of the season for them. And thus we will see. Oh man, that happened twice there, didn't it? That was beautiful. Ladies and gentlemen, thanks so much for staying tuned. We're just waiting for the end of this break called in by Project Valhalla. I believe actually... Well, actually, you know, I was going to say I thought what could have happened is that Valek's headset died.
VRware, our passion,
Ah, VRware, one heck of a company. So glad to have them being a part of our dealio here. Now, as we were saying, still on intermission. Sure to be done with very soon. So ladies and gentlemen, we're still on a bit of a break here, just waiting again on Project Valhalla to get on back into it with us and Pantheon. But in the meantime, I just wanted to go ahead and recap a few things for you in case you're joining us late here as VRML 2's cast has ended. So far in round 1 was Downfall. We did catch eyes on the very first round of the game, however, due to not having any in-game audio, we had to restart the match. We had to restart the stream. So we did miss out on round 2 of map 1, but luckily in the end, we managed to get sound back and we captured every single other round. To finalize that first round, we had Downfall out there with a solid 4-3 being won by Project Valhalla once, I believe it was Waltzy made a fantastic push across the street for an objective, and then unfortunately had a little too much pressure put on him as he was forced around the back of the building and taken down by Valhalla. Now, on the second map, Suburbia, Pantheon definitely took that one home with a solid 4-2. Not only using some fantastic strategies, but also using some of Valhalla's own spots against them in that round. So far, with map 3, we are on Subway, a solid 1-1 on the board, making everybody absolutely itchy and dying to see who could take this one home for the VRML Season 11 Championship. Well, not really a champion. I take that back. It's not the championship, but, you know, this is exciting no matter what. You know, these are fantastic players, and with it being the final game for them, I truly hope that they have what it takes, both Pantheon and Valhalla. Well, folks, we have been very fortunate as of late to get some fantastic clips in this game. I'm very excited to tell you that we're going to have a great highlights reel here at the end. And guess what, ladies and gentlemen? We are back. We are ready to go. Let's dive in.
What the fuck?
Why?
What happened?
Okay.
I didn't mean to grab
we
this
got the
low
parts.
spawn. I hate
How's
this
Waltz?
spawn for this objective.
Yep.
Once we get
It
up there,
screws the
Coffee,
offense
we're going to
and
the right side.
goes the defensive bone.
All right, folks,
I don't
we're
wanna
diving
have
in on
the
round number
defensive
3
bone.
with Waltzy, Freak, and the crew, all of which are heading out for the north staircase. Looks like on the defensive side, Valhalla has stationed up around the upstairs objective, and they are stationed up quite well. Now, folks, a single C4 could change the tidings here for the entire team. All 5 appear to be moving in the same direction, staggering themselves, but right here is such a dangerous location as a single LMG could take every single player down.
Yeah.
This is fantastic. You don't see this very often, a 5-man movement. And now they are going to be attacking from an angle that Valhalla may not have been expecting just yet. Depending on how they play this, they may be able to be quite sneaky here. Got Nono Bird over here. Rolotok and Meso posted up in back. I believe Rolotok, he has a detonator in his hand. Son of a gun. Where is it? Where is that C4? Oh, there it is on the Yoshi sign. Let's see how well this can be put to use. Far side already got some flanks coming in. I mean, already got some flashes coming in. Nono Bird going to be the main eyes over here on this corner as Apollo Graham manages to make it into the back deck there. Freak pushes around and spots Nono Bird with absolute military precision. Two of the Vulcan lasers are shining on this corner, though, as a smoke grenade comes out, blocking Meso. Rolotok successfully manages to use that C4 and take down Laughing Coffin and finalize him as well. Secondly, a flash grenade coming out on Waltzy, a successful hit there, as well as Rolotok manages to get Waltzy to spill the beans on his location. Right now, Apollo Graham is going to drive across the street there and successfully does so as Valak and Reaper attempt to hold down the street. Will they be able to do it against Jester and Apollo? Jester manages to drop Reaper with military precision himself, and Apollo tries desperately to get the man on the corner here. Valak, and unfortunately, Valak does hit the deck as Jester trades with him. Apollo has a great opportunity to go for the rest, but if Rolotok can finalize him, which he does, then this changes everything, ladies and gentlemen. Rolotok, last remaining defendant out here with one on the res column available. Freck goes down. Rolotok takes a hit, having to heal himself with that syringe. Ladies and gentlemen, if he can get Reaper back up, which he does, that turns everything around. Now he's got a 2-1. And ladies and gentlemen, that's all it took. Rolotok went out there and traded with Waltzy. That right there was a fantastic ending to a fantastic game. Round number 3 heating up out here. That was awesome. Let's replay that. Here you can see right there is where Rolly got that res and changed the tidings of the game, because right here is where he just died. He died right there. And luckily he got the res first, allowing Volk to win. Let's go back to the scoreboard and let's add a 1 in the win column for Project Valhalla. Oh, Sky Joker. Oh, Sky Joker. Absolutely right. Had no idea there was going to be some pre-rolls in there cutting me off, but that's A-okay because we're getting ready to get back down in here hot and heavy for another fantastic round between Pantheon and Project Valhalla. I hope you guys are getting as excited as I am, because this is where things heat up. Okay, this is it. This is right here. This is real. This is raw Onward. It's round 4 of VRML Onward's night on July 31st, season 11, between Pantheon and Project Valhalla.
Second easiest code I've ever seen. So make sure they're on caps.
Apparently they've got a very easy code here. Apollo is exercising his concern about the ease of this code, and as those of you who are familiar with Valhalla
at all.
Yeah, you said
are
everybody's
aware,
service tunnel, so they...
Meso is known for his quick caps. So if this is an easy code, this might be the opportunity for Valhalla to seal the deal out here tonight. In fact, here, let's just go ahead and swing on in to Meso. And I'd love to see what he's up to. Looks like he's checking that tablet, trying to get that code memorized. They're going to try and move up here. And ladies and gentlemen, I certainly hope that they have what it takes to do it. You know I love caps. You know I love to see them. We've seen Pantheon come out here and exercise their raw talent for capping. Here we see Waltzy very wisely watching this back alleyway. Will he be able to spot Meso and Reaper, or will he be able to hear them moving up?
Oh, guys,
Teammates shooting at teammates over here. Very unfortunate, as they did manage to give away their position.
You see anything this way? Did you see anything on this street over here, Valak, when you pushed out?
We see Rolatoke and Nono here very carefully checking those corners. We see Freak just over here very wisely holding down this line. But just on the other side, Valak manages to finally take on Waltzy. Laughing Coffin is going to be sitting over here by the dumpster waiting for their attack, and that smoke grenade comes out absolutely blinding him, but Laughing very wisely decides to lay down that cover fire with the LNG. And so now he's going to be stuck waiting for that LNG reload. And it looks like on the far side, Freak actually managed to pick somebody up there. Rolatoke 420. In fact, let's get over here with Freak, who's back into his position here as Nono tries to make that play. He is spotted by Freak. Now that is downed for 2 on Project Valhalla out here. Pantheon still has 4 up right now. Valak, Meso, and Reaper desperately trying to get around this corner before Laughing Coffin can nail that reload on the LNG. Jester on the back end manages to get him as Laughing is reloading. That right there was some premium teamwork. And I don't know if you could hear it on the stream there, but Laughing Coffin even had to call out that he was reloading, and his buddy Jester was right there to help. Meso desperately trying to make this back alleyway method work. Jester even made the call out there. Throws that smoke out. Will he go for it? Second smoke hitting directly on the line of sight that Jester needs. And Freak accidentally downs Laughing Coffin. This back alleyway being heavily suppressed here. And Freak is actually going to go for that push into the smoke. Not a wise decision for him there, as he quickly realizes and begins to back up here. Reaper and Meso desperately trying to make things work back here as that smoke finally wears off. They now have 3 individuals watching, and Meso manages to move in down Apollo. Now they've got 2, but Jester goes down as well. A simple 1v1 is all this is going to come down to, as Freak and Reaper are the last remaining players on the field, other than Apollo and Laughing. If Freak can just manage to spot him off guard, which he does, then Pantheon will tie this game up once again. Ladies and gentlemen, that was probably the most downed players in one small area I have ever seen. But let me tell you, Pantheon is doing such a great job of keeping this round entertaining. This is what I signed up for. This right here is good old-fashioned Onward at its core. You've got Pantheon and Project Valhalla playing heart against heart. You see these players putting it out there, everything they've got, trying to take home a win. And you see them both doing so successfully. Add a 1 to the Subway win column for Pantheon. Ladies and gentlemen, we're looking at a 2v2. just seeing those chats there. Global Cop definitely taking a friendly jab there at Hutcho, which you all know, of course, I love Hutch, but it's just so funny because there's been a couple of them lately where, you know, there's been some overlay issues, and that's something I'm always so OCD about. But we love all our guys, and tech issues happen though. Tech issues do happen. So folks, as we ride along here, I wanted to exercise a little bit of caution in the wind for you, because the very next objective is going to be right here in a very, very well-known position. This objective is at North Staircase. And typically we'll have some players hiding in some pretty well-known positions. Oftentimes you'll see one at least tucked back in here. You'll often see at least one tucked in on the far side, either in this tunnel or just to the, holy cow, or just to the left there. And as the players have spawned in now, we are going to actually dive down to the field for round number 5. Let's ride along with Jester. I don't feel like we've gotten to give that player quite as much
You're gone.
credit here as we would like to.
You'll have to take him.
He's right now 5 and 3 on the boards. He's doing fantastic. But Freak is out there with an 8 and 2 and a 1 in the rest column. Ladies and gentlemen, 8 and 2, 4.0 on the board as we get round 5 underway. Marsoc going for a very quick movement here. And in fact, we were just talking about Freak and how he's got that fantastic KD. Here's Freak right now trying to up that KD even a little bit further. Meso and Reaper pre-firing this back tunnel. Will Freak become aware of that and wait for just the right opportunity to push this? Or will he simply let them push out? Now, I am familiar with Valhalla, and I'm familiar with their tactics. I don't quite see them pushing out on Freak here. In fact, I really don't see that happening at all. But if they were, Freak is in just such a phenomenal position there. Guys, let's check in on the far side, because right now we've got a 3-man Marsoc split coming down on the south staircase. But Apollo Graham is trying to make things happen here from the middle bit. Right here, look at this, man. Fantastic player, fantastic efforts as he rounds this corner. Will he be able to make his way to that objective? Hear him calling it out there. The horseshoe is ours. Looks like Rolatoke is actually just waiting on the other end of the horseshoe here, waiting for that prime opportunity to hear somebody coming down the steps to take them down. With 4 minutes remaining, he may be waiting a little bit. But one thing we've just noticed is that he doesn't have his gun raised. He does have an LMG, so he will be able to lay down quite a good bit of cover fire there and at least suppress those enemies as they try to make their push. Ladies and gentlemen, let's go check in with Freak again. Freak's still sitting up here in the same position, watching so carefully. This is a fantastic angle right here. I mean, look at this line. This is covering a lot of ground. Pretty much anybody from this angle who comes through, pretty much anybody from here who comes through. And those are two very, very well-traveled channels. So I am quite impressed with that line. And as an attacker, too, that's not the kind of strategy you see too often, to find a great defensive line as an offensive player and then hold it down until the timer counts down far enough. Apollo Graham still working the steps here as Jester, Laughing, and Waltzy make their plays moving on up. Now Apollo, yep, he saw his teammate there, so he's going to go ahead and move around to the far side stairs here. But remember, folks, this is where Rolatoke 420 is waiting for Apollo. He may be able to actually hear these footsteps at this point. I do believe he can. And as the clock strikes 2 minutes and 15 seconds remaining, Apollo Graham is going to make that push down the staircase here, carefully going back up, treating this like Finding Nemo, coming in and out of a sea anemone. Will Rolatoke or his compadre on the far side, which actually appears to have moved. Oh, no. Hold the phone. I think... Oh, I see what happened here. Project Valhalla is down to 3 players right now. Pantheon still has 5 up. I do believe... Project Valhalla either had... Yeah, they must have had 2 players drop out. Very unfortunate for them. They've got a 5v3 situation here. Not undoable by any means. If Rolatoke can take advantage of it. Unfortunate as Apollo makes that play. That right there is called storming the castle. And I'm not going to lie, that was a beautiful play. High risk, high reward right there. Bringing everything up to a 5v2 right now. Reaper and Meso are going to be on this objective, doing their best to hold things down. But with a 5v2, that is going to be easier said than done. If Pantheon times this up right, they could have this in the bag. And a 2-pointer is all that they need. See Walty, Jester, and Laughing all slowly moving in here. See the lines of Meso. Let's see carefully watches. Looks like Walty was actually first one there to get a beat on him. Reaper is going to be wise to hang back here. Unfortunately, he does not. Laughing Coffin downs him, and Jester finalizes Reaper. Meso going to be the last one remaining, and Laughing takes him down as well. Ladies and gentlemen, that's probably the best outcome for this map that you could have asked for, because if they would have just waited a little bit longer, I am confident Pantheon would have capped on would have capped on Valhalla. And if they would have capped, that would have been the end of the game, ladies and gentlemen. But instead, we continue the trend of having a fantastically exciting experience out here as Pantheon ranks themselves up to a 3v2. Now, folks, we've been talking about how it is we're able to bring you all such phenomenal experiences such as this. But it really wouldn't be possible, and I mean it really wouldn't be possible without some of those sponsors. ProTube, Rebuff Reality, VRware, HyperX, and Behaptics, the whole gang. Everybody deserves a shout out, and we'll talk more in depth about those companies afterward. But for now I think we ought to just take a stroll on down Easy Street. And let's just see what these players are up to as we dive back in for round number 5. Or excuse me, for round number 6. Project Valhalla, unfortunately, is going to be starting things off here without Valak, as they have used their timeout.
Just make like a trail of smoke. So
They've got a 4v5 situation, and unfortunately, again, with no timeout, they are not able to. They just weren't able to pull a resource in there quick enough to fill that 5th position. With players like Freak out there and Jester out there, 8-2 with the 1 in the res, 6-3, they're gonna have their work cut out for them. I mean, there's no doubt about that. Rolatoke 420 right now is topping the Valhalla squad off, 4-5 on KDs with a 1 in the res, and I would love to see either team right now take a full advantage of the current field. Looks like Freak is going to be waiting down here for Meso and the gang to be moving in. The question is, will Freak have a detonator in hand? He does actually have C4. Not going to be putting it to use here, though. I do believe he's going to be hearing the footsteps of Rolatoke and Meso, though, as they make their way in. Definitely going to hear...
Jesus Christ. Reaper shit.
Definitely going to hear those.
He's gone. Stand by.
And Meso and Nono Bird
How do y'all not get it?
both unfortunately hit the deck. Freak rounds the corner and trades with
Up here,
Reaper.
you can confirm him. That's 2
him,
dead, 1 down.
That's me.
Be ready though.
Jester got that call out, and Freak
Probably get him
made a
Jester.
great call out there
Away from
by
the
saying
Freak.
that as Jester moves up here, he might be able to catch Rolatoke when he goes for the res.
Down right there, yeah.
Unfortunate. Rolatoke now going to be having a lot more to deal with, a 1v5 situation instead of a 2v4. Freak is going to be heading back upstairs now. hold the phone. Is that a pistol in Rolly's hand? It was. And unfortunately, ladies and gentlemen, with that, finalizes the game for Project Valhalla, and Pantheon is your winner, ladies and gentlemen. Woohoo! 4-2. How about them apples? Well, I don't even know what I was gonna say, guys. I think that was just phenomenal. I think that was freaking awesome. I don't think I could have asked for a better game. And, you know, let's just see if we can get a quick replay there at that very end. It's just a little too late. That's A-okay. We'll go back up here to the deck, and we will add a 1 in the Pantheon's win column. Right there you have it, folks. Pantheon takes it home. Freak finalizing the board out there with an 11-3 on the KDs with a 1 in the res. Folks, I cannot believe it. This has been one of the most exciting games I've been tasked with casting, and I've had the pleasure of casting. And as you mentioned earlier, I am on Project Valhalla, but of course I did want to make sure that we did everything out here as unbiased as possible. And I will say that was one heck of a game. Not even because I'm on their team, just because I love the video game. I love watching it and commentating it. And I must say, that was a lot of fun to commentate for all of you. I really, really hope every single person out there enjoyed watching Pantheon come out here tonight and slaughter on the last game of the Season 11 VRML Onward League. Folks, let's also take a quick moment to thank some of our sponsors: ProTube VR, VR Cover, bHaptics, HyperX, Rebuff Reality, Cyber Shoes, Arma, VRware, Asterion, and Fixit Gaming are all to thank, as well as all of you back at home watching this game tonight. Thank you so much for tuning in, and please, if you're interested, feel free to swing on by vrmasterleague.com or join the Discord for more phenomenal fun. Now, let's take a quick look at that highlight reel and see whether or not things are going to be panning out exactly as we want it. And here we go. And obviously that is not one of our top highlights of the night. Not too sure why that one is snuck in there, but that is A-okay. Highlight number 1 right there, huh? That's just gorgeous. That's just gorgeous. We'll get on out of here for the next highlight. Well, that might actually be... Golly bum. Okay, actually, folks, unfortunately, that highlight reel is going to be from the very last game that we had for some reason. The last game that we casted, so don't worry too much about that. If you care to go back and check out some of those phenomenal clips from tonight, you are absolutely welcome to. We all, again, here at VRML, appreciate your attendance tonight. Thank you so much, everybody, for coming on in. And hopefully you all have a great week.